Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Julie with Bookshelf by Julie. We've got our Friday freebie today, number 24, if anybody's counting. Okay, so we've got a 2-page freebie set, and there's a couple of little, what we would call coin envelopes, really, and some cutesy things here. Of course, you know I'm going to make these into kind of like paper dolls because that's how I roll. And then we've got some tags, some journal cards that go inside the coin envelope, a couple of hinged on flaps that we're going to put on. You don't have to, but they're really cute, so, you know. And then we've got some stacked image pockets that we're going to put on there, just because, right? Okay, let me move this out of the way, and then I'll show you what I've done. And then we'll make it, right? So we've got our little coin envelope, and it's got its little journal card in there. That's got nuts on it, and the other one has rose hips. So there's place to write. This one matches this one. We've got our stacked image pocket here, and we've got our little mouse boy, and we've got our cart, and I'll tell you about that, and then we've got our flower tag. What I'm thinking today is there's a couple of the little mice people that are out collecting things for their for the tea party, for Mrs. Mouse's tea party, and they're collecting things like nuts and rose hips and, you know, things like that, so that they'll have some snacky things and stuff like that. Now, I put Velcro on the closures. You don't have to. I mean, really, it lays pretty flat, as is. So we've got a couple of, this is the little girl mouse that's out looking for things. And the tag, for the tags, I just tied on some embroidery thread. You can use twine, whatever you want to use. It's just, you know, and then we've got our stacked image pocket. Now, the stacked image pockets do need to go on a specific one because I've got this image where the pieces of grass or whatever are going up this way, and this one's going up this way. So the pockets are going to be doing that as well. You see what I'm saying? So this one's going to go over here to be a stacked image, and this one's going to go over here. Just so you know, there is a right and a wrong sort of thing. I mean, I don't think it would be too big of a deal if you wanted to put it this other way, but it goes this way. So, just saying. Okay, so let's make these. They're fun, they're cute, they're easy, super fun, and super easy. And they have lines, they're very faint. And if you fold on those lines, everything comes out just right, more or less. Right? More or less. Okay, so let's do that. We're going to fold these in on the line. You can use a scoreboard if you want. I didn't really find that it was necessary to use a scoreboard, but you can if you want to. You sure can. You can print on the back side of these. That's fine. I think on these ones, I don't think I did. I think I just inked up some. Yeah, I just inked that. It's fine. Whatever way you want to do it. So they've got their little cart and they're out gathering things, right? So we want to match this up just to the edges, right? Like so, in our folding. Yeah. Now one of these, I think I had to trim a bit, but we'll see. We'll see. Always, if it doesn't fold over just right, you know, trim it a little bit. That's what I do. But yeah, it should be just fine. We'll see how it works. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Excuse me. Now that I've got that, and I can't talk. Now that I've got that folded, I'm going to go in with a little bit of ink, just so we have, you know, something like that, right? Okay, let's do the other one. they come together really fast. I had a lot of fun with these. Yep. I might have folded that one a little bit skew-iffed. I'm trying to keep it on the lines, because when you fold it up and you fold it on the lines and you ink it, the lines disappear. It's magic. No, it's just, you know, you're inking it and you don't see the lines anymore. Or that's my way of thinking, you know. Okay, I just want it to be right there. Right there. And hold it still and then press it down. Like I said, you can use the scoreboard, but I didn't really think that was a necessary. So we're just going to fold that over and do a little bit of this number just so it doesn't look too stark white, right? Now let me see. No, that folds over just fine. Okay, so let's put this together, but before we do that, we've got these two. These are our flaps, okay? It gives a little bit of extra writing space for this little bitty, you know, thingy, okay? So we're just going to fold right on those lines, and that's our little flap. That's our hinge that hinges in, okay? This one, now one of them is just the vintage book page look, and the other one has lines, so I kind of kept it that way with, you know, lines to lines and, you know, stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, this gives a little bit of extra, I don't know, extra writing space or a place to put a picture or something like that, right? So before we close it up, you know, this way, we're going to put our flap on. So we're going to need tape on here and on here, so that we're taping. Are we going to need tape on that side too? Let me see. I did backside print these because, you know, you're going to see both sides of them. So backside print those. Okay, I just need tape on here. Okay, I know what I'm doing, sort of. Okay, because the other side's got tape on it. Okay, now. But yeah, these are just fun and easy. Super simple to put together, and they're going to go into journals, of course, but they could also be a cute little happy mail. It's a thing. So, yeah. You want to kind of line it up at the bottom so that you've got, you know, you've got this straight there, is what I'm trying to say. Straight there. And then open it up and make sure you're where you want to be with it, right? Yep. Excuse me. I know, my brayer is getting mucky again. I've got to give it a good soaking. Stuff like that happens, but isn't that cute? Now you've got a flap on there for extra writing space. So let's put it together. Now your little journal cards will sit right in there really nicely. I made sure there was plenty of room to slide in. No complications here, right? We don't like complicated. So we're just going to get our glue on here and on here. Straight-ish, right? Do be careful, because you don't want that to squidge out too much on the inside of here, because, yeah, outside's fine. You can wipe that off. But inside, you know, just double check yourself, because inside can, I don't know, it can complicate your pocket. We'll say there's, you want your pocket, your coin envelope to be open inside, not closed off. You want to be able to have that open all the way. So, yeah. All right, we're going to let that one sit and dry and put this one on. How cool is that, right? So fun. All right. Tape in here. I'm just using this little 1/8 width tape because it's sort of perfect for this job. And so there. Give it a good squash down. And then take it off. Well, take the backing off. We definitely want to leave the tape on there. Okay. So see how easy this is? Super fun. Super fun. I might have got a little bit on the inside there that I don't want. Okay. Again, we want to line this up so that it's going to be level, even on the bottom, right? Right, like so. And not too mucky on the inside, because you don't want that, right? Okay. Just a cool little flap. Now you've got a place for a picture, a piece of memorabilia, or some writing. You know, we write stuff. We do. So, now we're closing it up. See, these are just fun and easy. Simple. Craft along, freebie. Fridays are supposed to be uncomplicated, right? I think they are. Fridays, we're ready to rest and chill and recover from the week. Okay, just fold that right up like so. See if anything's squidged out. Okay, now we've got that. Super cool. I need to do a little bit of inking, because now that it's, you know, closing up and such, we want to do that. We did that. Just a little bit more, because, yeah, you add more stuff in, you have to do a little bit of inking. I did most of it off camera, so just saying. Okay. This still works like a charm. If you don't have one of those on your craft desk, you should get you one. It's just a lint roller, but it's awesome. Okay, so we've got our envelopes together. We're going to have to put our pockets on. This one goes here. So let's get our little teeny pockets on there. We want to make sure we fold on the line, because there is a line there. And again, you can use a scoreboard, but you don't really have to. Just folding over and pressing down generally works pretty good on these little guys. Yeah. Okay. So let's do a little inking on that, because we do like the vintage vibe, right? Okay, I want to put some of this on here because it's just cute. I'm really loving this stuff right now. This little bitty, it's a herringbone seam binding thingy, but I cut it in half because this is a 1/2 inch, so it makes a 1/4 inch straight-ish, because sometimes my cutting is a little off. Well, a little, you know what I mean. It's one of those things where it just kind of weaves here and there, because it does. Okay, so we've got this on here. Let's do this one and get this on here, because, yep, we got 2 pockets to do. These come together so fast and easy. That would be a fun thing to do with a group of people, or some young people, or, you know, if you got kids or grandkids, or, you know, things like that. Yep. Okay. All right, that's a little bit, just a teeny bit off. Let's see, much better. Alrighty, get that on there. Yeah, I've been really enjoying this little bit of fringe stuff. It's like lace, only it's cheaper. You get just a huge roll of it, and it's for much cheaper than lace right now. We'll see how long that lasts, but it's, you know, just saying. And it does give it that really great vintage vibe, right? I'm kind of loving that. So let's get our little bitty tape out here again and put it on these pockets and get them on there. Super quick and easy. Okay, got one more to do. Then we're going to squash them down and put them on there. Well, we're going to squash the tape. That'll be a thing, right? Okay. I've really been having fun doing these. Developing the little Friday freebies to go with Mrs. Mouse's tea party. All little, I don't know, maybe sub-stories, you know? I don't know. Sub-stories to go with the story. Okay, I'm going to put the bottom on first because that's the best way I can do it. Now you do whatever works for you, okay? But for me, putting the bottom on first helps me get it straight. And I kind of like it to be straight-ish as much as possible, right? Yep. Give it a little bit of a, you know, time to do stuff. And then we're going to do our sides. Yep, like I said, it's just quick and easy. Super simple. And they're not really big, so these could even go in the mini journals. If you're making a mini, or if you're making a regular size envelope along with me on the journal making ones, these can go in either or in any journal that's nature themed, you know, because this is very nature themed, right? Okay, there we go. There's that. Super cute. Okay, let's get this one on here. Have our little pockets done. Well, coin envelopes, whatever you want to call it. Pocketed coin envelope. Okay. Awesomely awesome. We're just going to line our image up with itself and get it straight on here. Yep. Like so. You have to give it a second to grab. I found a glue that I'm going to try since mine went up $5. I guess all of them have gone up, but this one's got really good reviews, and I'm going to give it a try if I can get the static to let go of that. And it says it does all the things. I mean, the reviews say it does what it says it does. So it says it does all the things that, you know, art glitter and barely arts, all the ones that have gotten really expensive right now. So I've got one I'm going to try. I'll let you know. It's a little cheaper. It's we'll see if it does what it says it does. I don't want to give up anything that I'm getting with art glitter, barely arts, or cosmic shimmer, or any of those that I know are really good, right? I don't want to give up any of the quality. So I'll give it a try and see what it'll do. Okay, there you go. You have to check those pockets, because all right, now we've got our things together. Now online I do back them with file folder. Okay, so my little paper dolls, you know, all that. Okay, we've got our nut card and our little boy, and this is the cart that they're going around gathering their things. They've got strawberries in there and some flowers, and so I thought, you know, that's what we're gonna do. And rose hips. Okay, so we're gonna stick this one down in here, and hopefully it's gonna be fine. I would recommend giving these time to dry completely before you stick these in, because they go in really nicely, but if they go in there and they touch a little bit of glue that hadn't dried all the way, then you know that's a problem. Now you can put Velcro on there, or you know, whatever you want to do. It's all up to you. We've got our flower tag and our little girl one, and we've got our nut card. Let's see. Yep, all the way in, no problems. And we've got our flower tag, our little wheelbarrow thing, cart. I don't know, it's a cart. And our little boy mouse, and they're just out collecting all the goodies to bring to the tea party. Phineas still isn't there, just saying. He's off lollygagging. That's what he does. Okay. So now I've got 4 of them. So that's plenty to go in some journals. I'm making 4 journals, so I could put 1 in each, huh? Unless I end up giving something for Happy Mail, because I do that. I do. So, okay. We've got, these are just darling. They're so cute. So make you several of them. I mean, you can print that out as many times as you want. Sit in front of the TV and watch your favorite show or your favorite YouTube video, just saying, and make you some of these. They're just adorable. And you've got, you know, the extra writing space, and you've got a journal card in there to write on. So, how cool is that, right? Okay. Freebies, super cute. Super fun, super easy. On my website or the Facebook group page. Whichever place you want to go get them, they're there. Okay? All right. You guys have fun. Take care. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. TTFN.